Very good evening to you. The Scotland Under-21s are in Malta with qualification for the European Championships now at the business end of the campaign. Scott Gemmell's team know they can't afford any slip-ups tonight. The full match is live from the National Stadium in Takali in Malta. I'm Luke Shanley, delighted to say I'm joined by Scott Allen, and just before we get to Scott, we have another result in this group already, and that is that in Kazakhstan, in Almaty, Kazakhstan have lost 3-0 to Belgium. That means Belgium now 3 points ahead of Scotland, but if Scotland win tonight, then they will return to that second place, which is a playoff place if they win, because they have a better head-to-head than Belgium. Scott Allen, former Scotland Under-21 international, is alongside me tonight. And Scott, just firstly on this game, I said no slip-ups for Scotland. What do you expect to see from this team tonight?
Well, they know what they need to do. They need to win the game. They need to score goals. They need to be brave in the ball. I think it's going to be a completely different game from what we've seen the other night. Obviously, Scotland looking to create a lot of chances and get the goals in amongst the. When it comes to these type of group stages, look, you need to get the goals. They can be vital come the end of the qualification and can make a big difference. So really looking forward to it.
Yes, let's check out the team then that Scott Gemmell has made for this match. And there you can see it. It's there. It's 4 changes from the team that lost to Spain on Friday evening at Tynecastle Park in Edinburgh. Lennon Miller, he is in tonight along with his Motherwell teammate Ewan Wilson. Dirry Mabudi, who scored against Spain, got the equaliser. He is in from the start tonight too. And Max Johnson comes in. He was with the A squad for the games against Poland and Portugal, but he's travelled over to Malta to be involved in this one tonight, and that's important given some of the noticeable absentees because of call-ups to the A squad and also injuries. That means that Calvin Ramsey, Matthew Anderson and Daniel Kelly drop onto the bench. Leon King didn't travel. Remember, he picked up that injury at Tynecastle against Spain, so he is out. He had been an ever-present for the in this qualifying group for the Scotland Under-21. So, Scott, you mentioned this being a different game. Do you think that's reflected in those changes?
Yeah, obviously we see Lennon Miller come in. We've all seen what he's done domestically for Motherwell. Very brave in the ball, forward-thinking player. He'll be looking to create. Lyle Cameron, one who I've seen previously. I think he's got bags of talent, also an eye for a goal. So I think it's a forward-thinking selection, and they'll be looking to really control this game and create a lot of chances.
Well, Daniel Kelly did get his debut against Spain. He's on the bench, but he might take part at some point tonight. Ahead of this game, he's been speaking to the Scottish FA's Angus McGregor to preview the match. This is what he's had to say.
Daniel, thanks for joining us. I won't keep you long because it's absolutely boiling out here. How have you found the week so far, your first experience with the 21s?
No, it's been brilliant. It's obviously good to get my first call up for the 21s, and training's been good. A lot of information to take on board, but I suppose you've only got a small time frame to get it in.
You made your debut on Friday, in from the start. When did you find out you were going to be starting, and how did you find your first taste of Under-21 football?
No, I found out the day of the game at the meeting, but obviously you kind of get an idea whether you might be starting or not. But no, it was a good game, great opposition, and the way we set up I thought was right, and we were unfortunate not to stay in the game a bit longer than what we did, but no, it's good, something to build on into the next game.
Very much in at the deep end yourself, your first start against such talented players. How did you find your kind of personal battles in the midfield? I know it's lots of chasing shadows and trying to use the ball when you get it.
Yeah, no, it's up there with one of the best midfield that I've came across anyway. The technical side that some of these players have got, it's massive.
That was your first 21s experience. 2024 has been a year of firsts for you. You had your first professional start for Celtic and your first professional goal as well. Talk me through what those experiences were like for you.
No, they were brilliant. Obviously, coming through as a Celtic fan, coming through the academy, it's something that someone like myself could dream of, and I'm thankful that I got the opportunity and I managed to score as well, which was brilliant.
Just looking at your personal situation just now, you've moved to Millwall in the summer. I know we were talking off camera about just getting settled and things. How have you found it so far, and what are your aspirations for the season at club level?
No, it's been brilliant. Also, I'm still trying to find somewhere to stay, but the club have been brilliant, and try to help me do that. It helps when it's a good group of lads to help settle in, and I've enjoyed it so far, and I'm hoping to just build on kind of what I've left off, try to get as many minutes as possible and try and make a name for myself as well.
For someone who's unfamiliar with you, what would you kind of say are your main attributes as a player? What do you see as your best position and your main strengths?
I like playing the more, what they call it now, box-to-box midfielder, more of an 8. Like I say, my main attributes that I've got is my running power and kind of intelligence within the game.
We're here in Malta now, just looking ahead to Tuesday's match. It looks like it'll be probably a very different match in terms of level of opposition, and probably just trying to impose ourselves more, would you say, on the game? Yeah,
I think it's obviously what we took from Friday's game. We'll kind of take that in and we'll have a look and how they set up and stuff. So another one to build on, and hopefully we get 3 points, put us in a great position.
Well, that was Daniel Kelly there talking to Angus McGregor, and he's made that move from Celtic, where he had scored in his debut in a 7-1 win for Celtic against Dundee last season. He's gone to Millwall. Is this Scott Gemmell now, given that some have been promoted to the A squad, trying to drip feed some of the 19s now in as well? We saw the likes of Lennon Miller, you mentioned him, and also David Watson coming up in the summer, now playing. It's just the balance he needs to get between looking at the future as well.
Yeah, I think that would be the system you would want to have in place anyway, that you can promote guys from each age groups, especially in terms of quality. There's no denying that Daniel Kelly has a lot of ability. I think we've definitely seen that in his Celtic debut. He's now, as you well said, made the jump to Millwall, which is now going to be a different type of challenge for him. But I thought he coped with his debut the other night against Spain very well. Looked like he can handle the ball, like you touched on yourself. He's running power. So listen, it's all experiences, and when you're young players, so learning from them quick.
Well, here we go then. The teams are out on the field in Takali. Breezy out in Malta this evening, but certainly warm conditions too. The game being played at the National Stadium. The first time Malta have hosted a game at the National Stadium at under-21 level in this campaign so far. So before the game, let's hear the national anthems. Well, let's check out the team news then, and it's 4 changes for the hosts. Ivan Woods, the head coach, makes since that defeat to Kazakhstan on Thursday. There's a change in goal. Matthias De Bono replaces Hugo Sacco, who is on the bench. Owen Spiteri and Alejandro Garcia are out. Kurt Bondin is suspended after his late dismissal in Almaty. That means Zen Leonardi, Sven Sherry and Andrea Zamet come in. Zamet has scored all 3 of Malta's goals in the group, all from the penalty spot. And for Scotland then, Scott Gamal makes 4 changes as well to the team that narrowly lost at Tynecastle Park to Spain on Friday. Lennon Miller gets his first competitive start after making his debut in the summer friendly against Turkey. Another Motherwell player, Hugh Wilson, comes in on the left. Diri Mabudi, fresh from scoring against Spain, starts. And after joining up with the squad following his stint with the A squad, Max Johnson also comes in. Calvin Ramsey, Matthew Anderson and Daniel Kelly dropped to the bench. Leon King didn't travel. He was injured in that game in Edinburgh. Well, we're all set to go. Malta have lost every game so far in this group. 7 games, 7 defeats. Just the 3 goals, as I mentioned, they all came from the penalty spot. But the closest they came to picking up something in this group was against Scotland at Fir Park back in October. This, Scott, is one that Scotland can't take for granted tonight.
No, they can't, but be sure about it. They would have learned lessons from the previous game. I think if Scotland do play to their strengths and get the players that we know can hurt this Maltese team, then I would expect a Scotland win here.
Well, the referee from Latvia, Edgaras Malsevs, all ready to go in Takali at the National Stadium. And we are underway here in Malta. Max Johnson on the ball early. Good to see him wanting to get involved in the cause as Scotland look to try and get to a major tournament at this level for the first time since 1996. He got sent off earlier in the campaign. That was against Hungary at Fir Park, but playing out in Austria just now. Here's Lewis Nielsen, playing with St Johnstone this season on loan from Heart of Midlothian. He's had European experience in the Conference League group stages a couple of seasons ago. For Scott Gemmell, Scott, what's he thinking? Because he saw a lot of his players going up to the A squad, and given how good a position Scotland are in this group, it's a difficult balance, I take it. You need to see that progression, but you also want to qualify for a tournament, surely.
Yeah, of course you want to qualify. You want to give these young players a chance to experience tournament football before they maybe become regulars in the A squad. Look, I think in terms of players getting moved up, though, it is an opportunity for younger players to come take their chance. Guys like Lennon Miller, who's now got a lot of experience in domestic football in Scotland now, so you would expect him to come up and make this jump quite comfortably for me, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how he performs today.
There's Dane Murray, who made his debut against Spain at this level. Mullen. Now Max Johnson is Scotland looking to go on the attack. Cross to the back looking for Kieran Bowie, and the Hibs man collects on that far side. Lyle Cameron. Now the ball coming in from Wilson. Oh, it's an own goal. Scotland take the lead in fortuitous circumstances, but the cross in was a cracker from Wilson, and Scotland within 2 minutes have an early lead.
I think even the previous one there looked two great balls in. The first one from Max Johnson, and then they've picked up the second ball on the opposite side, and it's a fantastic cross in there. Honestly, it gives the defenders a real problem, and that's how you end up with the ball back of the net. Ask questions, put it into an area, and that's what you get. You get the 1-goal lead.
Well, it was a cracking cross, and Wilson out on that left-hand side tonight, and instead of Anderson, and just look at this. Well, the ball goes in. It was Matthew Elu who put it into his own net, and that is a disastrous start for the home team, but a brilliant one from Scotland and something to build on now, unless Slicker comes well out of his goal here. He could be in trouble. What is the referee going to do here? It's a yellow card for the Scotland goalkeeper. Well, Scott Allen, did Scotland get away with one there?
I think they did. Look, they always say you're most vulnerable when you've just conceded a goal and it's just a simple ball over the top, and communication, especially with these young players, it's key. Oh, that's a shocker for me. I think he's a very lucky boy not to be sent off for that.
Well, the goalkeeper, who is the captain tonight as well, and that challenge as he came out of his box, and it was Mattia Vesely who was looking dangerous. Malta will have the free kick that Scotland have to defend, but Kieran Slicker there coming all the way out. Was it a goal scoring opportunity? Was he denying a goal scoring opportunity? The referee from Latvia said no, a yellow card sufficing in that would suffice in that situation, but Scotland now need to be aware here as Shakluna is standing over the free kick. Can Malta hit back right away here? Shakluna delivers, cleared away in the end by Lennon Miller. But the Malta players were not happy. They felt they wanted stronger action from the referee, but the question is, was it a goal-scoring opportunity? It was certainly a tough challenge. There was no way he was getting the ball there, so that one could be debated. We'll look at that one again later, but for Scotland, after just scoring a goal, they want to compose themselves and kick on here.
I was just about to say as well, look, usually getting a goal this early in some of these tricky ties away from home in international football usually just allows you to settle and straight away be put under pressure by just a simple ball over the top. But listen, it's time for Scotland to regain control of the ball and create chances, because there's definitely areas to exploit in this Maltese team.
Leonardi going down under the challenge of Wilson. So another free kick opportunity for Malta, taken short. Borg. Well, Johnson thought about coming there. McAuliffe now in possession. Miller. Well, there's a strong challenge going in there from Andrew Bork, and Scotland have the free kick.
A little bit scrappy since the opening goal. Look, I think Scotland just need to kind of dust themselves down again and work on the game plan that they've worked with the coaches, and start controlling that ball and making the Maltese side move.
Wilson forward for Bowie to chase. It's cut out. Scotland looking to build here again. It's Mulligan, the Dundee man. He's got Johnson in support. Another low ball in. Unfortunately for Cameron, he just couldn't get the connection he wanted. Just behind him slightly there. But Malta looking to go on a quick counter. Cut out well by Murray. Now Mabudi's first real involvement in the game. Poor one to Cameron as Miller goes in and wins the ball back. Malta looking for the foul. The referee says no. Max Johnson. Now Josh Mulligan. Back to Jeremiah Mullen. Scored a crucial goal for Scotland over in Belgium in the autumn. Breezy conditions out in Takali. 27 degrees in Malta as Scotland get the free kick here. Leonardi rather with the foul here. Not much in that. Lennon Miller to take this Dane Murray going forward. Scotland have options in the area here to try and extend their lead. Matthias De Bono looking to get his defence to marshal this one. And the referee not happy with some of the antics at the edge of the box. So Miller has to wait to take this one. Miller flights it in. It's a header from Murray. It's 2-0 Scotland. What a great start. 8 minutes gone, and Dane Murray has his first goal for Scotland. The set piece working perfectly.
Fantastic ball from Lennon Miller. We spoke about his technical ability before the game, and you see how dangerous he is from set pieces. But Dane Murray attacks the ball, and it's a great header downwards into the far corner, and Scotland have a 2-0 lead. It's a great start.
And Scott Gemmell certainly thinks so. Well, the ball in was perfection there. Ivan Wood's not happy. He can't quite believe it.
Fantastic ball from Lennon Miller. Seen him do that time and time again since last season, and when you got a delivery like that, it's just bound to be attacked, and Dane Murray happily obliges and gets a goal.
Great connection, great downward header. The Celtic man playing on loan currently with Queen's Park. He's had some injury issues as Scotland look for a third here. They really could get this game done and dusted so early on. A commanding position just now. Wilson to Cameron. Wilson, who's set up the first. Now Kieran Bowie back in Scotland playing with Hibernian. Dane Murray, the man that scored Scotland's second. He actually played in Ange Postecoglou's first 2 games in charge of Celtic against Midtjylland. But now, as I said, out on loan at Queen's Park in the Championship and getting first team football free from injury, and he scored for Scotland tonight. Slicker as he knocks it forward. Well, we're approaching the 10-minute mark, Scott, and we've had 2 goals, a slight scare as well. What have you made of it so far?
Yeah, I don't think you can play in 2 goals up. I think they cross balls are causing Malta all sorts of problems, so that'll be something Scotland will be looking to do for the rest of the game. Get the balls down the side, deliveries, runners off the ball. It's a great ball again, sorry.
Mullen. Well, he was looking for Mulligan there, and Mullen now is going to have to do some defending as Andrew Borch gets forward.
Yeah, as I was saying, they look vulnerable from the cross balls, and Scotland do have quality within this team, so they'll look to put the balls into us and make them defend, get guys across defenders, and hopefully add to the goal tally.
Bowie. Now Cameron looking to play that through, looking for Mabudi. Bowie gets a second chance. Max Johnson, support from Mulligan. And the ball goes all the way in as Mabudi goes down, I think it was. Murray will play it all the way back to Slicker. Scotland content to keep on the attack. Max Johnson goes down there, wins the free kick. So what have you made of that, Scott, with Max Johnson after being with the A squad wanting to join up and help out the 21s?
Yeah, I think it would be value experience being away with the men's A squad. I think then coming back down, you're full of confidence. You would have learned a lot being away with the senior players, and when you are part of the 21s, you want to be part of it. You'll have a lot of friends in that squad, and they'll know how important these games are and the chance of qualification to a tournament.
Scotland having to defend now as Malta looking to get back into this match. So they haven't scored from open play in the qualification so far. As the ball goes into the area, it goes over the head of Andrea Zamet, the only man to score for Malta. 3 penalties. He's managed it against Scotland, Belgium and Kazakhstan. Well, Kieran Slicker was worried he might have had to pay the penalty for that challenge just after Scotland had opened the scoring. The referee happy just to hand out a yellow card. Wilson receiving that ball there, but was he slightly high and late on Zine Leonardi? He's rolling around, just taking one in the face.
Took an awkward bounce from Slicker's kick out.
Got a chance to see it again. You can't beat a delayed reaction.
Nah, they're all good when they're going in your favour.
So Leonardi will take this throw. As Malta look to build. Andrea Zamet with the cross. He'll get the throw in. Leonardi to take this throw. Zamet. Cameron can collect for Scotland. Nielsen completes the clearance. Mabudi looking to hold it in. Mulligan just couldn't get that one under control there. As the ball goes all the way back to Matthias De Bono, the goalkeeper. Back in. He didn't play against Kazakhstan on Thursday. That was Hugo Sacco, but he's been dropped to the bench. The ball played forward, looking for the runoff. Vesely. When you think back to your time, Scott, at the under-21s, when Scotland are in good positions in the group as they are here now, it's that late stages of the tournament where they need to show they can get over the line, and you guys did well against the top seeds Netherlands back in 2013 qualifying, but too many draws if memory serves correctly.
Yeah, too many draws. The one that kind of sticks out in my mind was away to Bulgaria, and must have been May time, I'm sure it was, and it was really hot, pitch was dry, but we'd managed to take a 1-0 lead and conceded late on, and that ultimately killed our chances of qualification. So every game's so important, especially these ones that are in a comfortable 2-0 lead. Scotland just need to build on that. They would have been doing things during camp, but they want to work on, so don't get complacent, keep doing the right things.
Well, Scotland have only lost twice, and that was to top seed Spain, who can qualify tonight. As the ball runs through to De Bono there. Yeah, given Spain have a better head-to-head than Scotland and Belgium, a win for Spain tonight will see them qualify for the tournament automatically. It's the 9 group winners that go through. Slicker out of his box again. No worry this time. But it's the 9 group winners and the 3 best runners-up, minus results against 6th place teams in the group. They will qualify as Scotland look to get another here. Johnson's ball into the box, slight deflection, nodded away. But all the other runners-up will go into the playoffs. It's a 16-team tournament over in Slovakia next year. Will Scotland be there? They haven't been to an under-21 since 1996.
Can you name any players, Luke?
From when? 1996?
Yes.
Stephen Glass, I'm sure he played in that
Glass.
team. Yep, Tommy Craig in charge. Trying to catch me out there. Scotland got to the semi-finals against Spain. As they put the pressure on here, Scotland doing well. Cameron has a chance. The goalkeeper can't get it in his reach, and Mulligan must score. He does. Great pressure from Scotland. The goalkeeper, it was like a hot potato. He couldn't get a hold of it. And Scotland have a 3-goal lead after just 16 minutes.
Yeah, they'll be delighted with that. That will come from something they worked on, getting that high press. The first man doesn't get it, but he puts the opposition player under pressure, and it then leads to the next press. The ball breaks, and Lyle Cameron's first to it. I think he pokes it to his teammate, and he gets the finish. But that's the sort of thing that you would work on in training, and it's paid off. Brilliant from Lyle Cameron.
Kieran Bowie kept going there as well.
Bowie, yeah, it was Kieran Bowie.
Bowie doing well, and Mulligan finishing it off. 3-0 Scotland. Well, this couldn't be going any better at the minute, and I don't know what Ivan Woods is thinking, the Canadian-born former Malta international, for his team, where They've tried to get forward at times, but it's every time Scotland go forward, they seem to score.
Yeah, Scotland look a real threat when they go forward. Even there, that came from Malta's mistake, overplaying at the back, and Scotland were there with a high pressure. And you can sense that when you're playing against opposition team, if it's a slack pass, that you've got a chance you might be able to nick it. And it's not necessarily on the first action. Scotland get it on the second and the third, and it falls to a Scotland player, and that's always a good sign.
Well, Josh Mulligan, his second goal at this level. His first was against Northern Ireland back in September 2022. He's played 6 times for Dundee as well this season.
He also showed a nice bit of composure there. Some people might have snatched at that when it fell to them.
Miller trying to play it long. Runs through to the goalkeeper, who... How much blame could you put on the goalkeeper for that goal?
That's the thing, if you are a team that's set up to play out from the goalkeeper, then the goalkeeper will probably blame the midfielder for not looking after the ball, and the midfielder will think that the goalkeeper should maybe use a bit of common sense, see that the press is on from Scotland, and go long and don't allow an easy goal for Scotland to pounce on.
Should he hold on to it when Bowie and Cameron are going in there?
Should the goalkeeper hold on to it?
Yep.
Yeah, I just think sometimes in modern football, every team's looking to overplay when you can put yourself at danger. If you have the players who can handle the ball in these type of areas, then albeit play out and you trust each other. But that was a case of the goalie wanting to play into the midfielder not really comfortable taking the ball, and Scotland were there to pounce on it.
Scott Gemmell has been in charge since 2016. He'll want to see Scotland get to the finals. Remember, they missed out in the last game a couple of campaigns ago when they lost in Greece, and that was heartache for that Scotland team who did so well to get into that position. COVID issues as well. They'll have a throw here. Josh Mulligan, the man who got Scotland's third, and Scotland already looking for a fourth. Mabudi crowded out slightly by the Malta defence, and the free kick is given away. Okay then, Scott, we're now at the 20-minute mark. This is perfect for Scotland, is it not?
Yeah, it's perfect, obviously, with a 3-goal lead. It's one of the games now. Players in the Scotland team will sense there's goals in this game, and you'll see boys try to gamble, get forward and get...
Well, there's a chance here, and Slicker again out of his goal. He had to get that one right and did. Scotland have given possession away though. Vesely looking to create something here. Scotland though just about managed to get clear. Good play in the end, but it was Basil Tuma as well who was looking dangerous when he was through with Slicker there, the man who plays for Reading. He's featured a couple of times this season for them. Just something Scotland have to be wary of.
Yeah, I think it was more of Scotland's own undoing. We were just speaking about a minute, a 3-0 lead, and complacency can kick in, and a wee bit of concentration with these young players. So it's obviously a bit learning, especially at this level as well. So they got to realise they're 3-0 up, keep the ball moving, keep doing the things that have got them the lead, and don't switch off, because when you're going to play against these stronger nations, you'll be punished for them.
Always a close game at Fir Park in October. 2-1 Scotland won that one. An Alex Lowry penalty and Kieran Bowie scoring. As Scotland get the free kick, but they did have possession. The referee could have let that continue, do you feel, Scott?
Yeah, I think his job was to just let it go, but he'd already made his mind up. Lennon Miller been very positive for Scotland in there, taking the ball in tight areas. Lyle Cameron as well. Touched on before the game, someone I've seen a lot of. I think he's a fantastic player.
Kieran Bowie starting again tonight. He's not yet started for Hibernian. He's had 4 appearances, but he has scored. He scored against Dundee in a 2-2 draw. Is that something your old club will certainly see the benefit from later this season, do you feel?
Yeah, I think obviously it's tough to go into Hibs from the start and hit the ground running, but when I've seen him come on, come off the bench, he's made a very good impact. Looks strong, lots of running, a goal threat, which we love to see. So I think as time goes on, he'll become a regular feature for Hibernian.
Johnson's attempted delivery blocked. Mulligan. Great turn there as the ball comes in, and of course it was Lennon Miller at the heart of that one. But it was well cleared in the end by Sven Sherry, so Scotland have to be content with the corner kick. Oh, it's actually a throw. No, it is a corner. There we go. I don't think he was sure himself. Certainly confused me. Well, Scotland have already showed what they can do from a set-piece delivery from Lennon Miller. The foul was given. The header went well over in any case from Dane Murray, but he was very potent 8 minutes in, getting Scotland second.
Mabudi trying to catch that there.
Dangerous game. Scicluna, the ball through. The offside flag goes up against the captain, Andrea Zamet. The goalkeeper was well out of his area and off his line to try and clear that one in any case. What do you think there, Scott?
I thought it was very tight. It was a great through ball, great run. Obviously I don't think we got to see that there, how close it was, but it looked tight from what I was seeing.
Kieran Slicker, Scotland's captain tonight. He's played in all of the qualifiers in this campaign. He's at Ipswich. He only featured twice last season, played in 2 League Cup games. That's great play by Mulligan. Scotland on the attack again, looking dangerous. Max Johnson this time, goes on the left foot. Well, it was blocked, and now Mullen to try and get Scotland on the attack again. It runs out.
Josh Mulligan, very powerful runner with the ball. We've seen obviously against Spain how effective he can be, and you see it again there. Once he's away, very hard man to catch, and it was great play.
Set up the goal for Mabudi on Friday at Tynecastle Park. Scicluna. Tuma giving chase, but Lewis Nielsen's there. Kieran Slicker can blast forward. Oh, and that's short. Mabudi trying to get in there. The goalkeeper did well. De Bono, he was aware of what was happening. Just looked like he nearly gave Mabudi the chance to nick in.
He actually showed great composure there. The goalkeeper played a wee ball he tried the first time where we got the goal from into midfield, and it was very composed play from the Maltese team.
Dylan Scicluna going for that ball again. He's tried it a couple of times this evening as Andrea Zamet going forward. There's a real chance on here. Cut back to Tuma, and he's put it wide. Well, Malta should have been back in the game. There might have been a flag up, but Tuma, well, looks like they were onside there. Andrea Zamet, Scotland playing the high line. It should be 3-1, Scott, surely.
Yeah, he's got to score. He'll be very disappointed with himself. I'm more worried about that central run that's causing all sorts of problems for Scotland in the last 5 minutes. Not necessarily great movement, just right through the middle, but he'll be very disappointed with that finish.
Well, it was a great run by Andrea Zamet, the captain. It couldn't have been much better. It couldn't have been much easier for Basil Tuma, the Reading man. And somehow he missed. Well, Scotland get away with that one, of course. They have a commanding lead in any case, but still, they'll just need to get that out of their game as Wilson gets the return from Bowie. Another cross. He set up that first goal, the Matthew Elu own goal. Well, what will he be thinking?
He'll obviously be very happy how they've attacked the game, how they've got their goals, some things that we've probably seen them work on the training ground, but he'll definitely be disappointed with that run from Zamet that's caused problems twice there. The first time offside, the second one, the timing of the run in the pass was superb.
You see the number 8 there, Dylan Scicluna. That's what he's been looking for, isn't it? He's looking for that run.
Yeah, he is, and sometimes that run from midfield, if it's not tracked and you're playing with a high line, it can cause all sorts of problems. I think that's maybe why Slicker has been playing so high. But if it's played at the angle, he can't come rushing out, especially not now on a yellow card.
Yeah, and another yellow card for Scotland there. It's Lewis Nielsen who picks that one up. For Ivan Woods, he's a former Malta international. Did score once for the national team. That was against Northern Ireland. There's Lewis Nielsen booked after that foul. And it's Scotland that get the free kick there. Lennon Miller was the one fouled by Mattea Vesely. Nielsen, the man who is the second player in the book for Scotland, and there we go. Vesely also booked now for Malta for that challenge. Well, Scotland having a good evening in the National Stadium in Malta. As the free kick goes against Scotland there. Well, when the A squad last played at this stadium, they won by 5 goals to 1 back in September of 2016. A Robert Snodgrass hat-trick with Chris Martin and Stephen Fletcher also scoring in a World Cup qualifier. They actually played twice at the stadium. In 2016 they lost in a friendly that against Italy. Italy preparing for Euro 2016 at that point. Bowie now for Scotland. Just loses out to Dylan Shikluna, who plays his football over in Australia. Tuma's in now, he goes down there, keeps possession. And Scotland need to get it away. Shikluna with the shot that he didn't really do much with. But again, Tuma getting through there.
Yeah, let's see this again. Look at the hand. I think he's looking for it. I think it would have been harsh, but again, causing problems against this Scotland defence. Scotland really need to show a bit more composure on the ball and be patient with it. Scotland don't need to go and score goals every time they attack. Take this thing out of the game, stretch this Maltese team, and that the gaps will open up for them.
Mulligan looking for the shooting opportunity. Just runs into traffic there and gives away the free kick. Just trying too much, but understandable.
Yeah, Malta actually defend him really well there. They'll know he's someone who, if he's running with the ball, will be a real danger. But my previous point, look, I think Scotland just looking to try and score with every attack. If they can maybe a wee bit of patience and stretch this team, the gaps will open up for them and they'll get chances.
Well, the ball's bounced up and Mulligan's controlled it with his hand. So Malta have the free kick. We're at the half-hour mark. Malta 0, Scotland 3. 3-0 up in the opening 16 minutes of the match. Fantastic start. Scotland look to go back into second place in the group. It's the big one to come next month at Tynecastle Park. Scotland against Belgium. Facing off to see who can get that second place. Scotland getting the win over in Belgium to give them that head-to-head advantage. Of course, that is the first tiebreaker in qualification. Good flick on there by Bowie, giving Mabudi something to chase. The ball has to go back to Bono. Malta working it out well until Miller picks the pocket of Vesely and Scotland can look to go on the attack again. Good 1-2, Bowie. Cuts back, thought about putting the ball in. Here's Lyle Cameron. Now Mullen going for the long range effort. Takes a slight nick and bounces up into the arms of
Is that Scotland
Bono.
down?
We'll get a view of that in a minute. Slicker, the ball goes all the way through to him and the referee does indeed stop play. And it is Kieran Bowie that's down. That's a bit of a worry.
Yeah, that's not good. I think it was after he... Let's see. No, No, not good.
Well, if you're off a Scotland persuasion tonight, or a Hibernian persuasion in general, you might be a bit worried about that. A chance for Ivan Woods to get some instructions over to his team. What do you think from a Malta point of view he'll be saying?
Well, they haven't obviously had any points on the board in terms of the qualification, so they'll probably do what they always do, and that's keep trying to get forward and create chances. They'll know they're up against better opposition, but they won't change what they do. I think you've seen that in terms of how they try to play out, keep being brave on the ball. But for Scotland, it's obviously hot over there. They need to just keep moving the ball, be patient, take this thing out of the game, get the Malta players coming out of position, and the chances will open up for them. As I said, I've played in games like this where you maybe get a bit too forceful because you get the 3-goal lead, and all it's asking for is a bit of patience, and more goals will come.
Well, it was an opportunity to take on some fluids. So we'll look to get an update on Kieran Bowie, but that didn't look good when he went down there. He's got 3 goals in this campaign. He got a double against Hungary in October, and then just 4 days later, also at Fir Park, he scored against Malta.
Yeah, the Hibs fans won't like that sight, seeing Kieran Bowie there hobbling off. I think it looks like a hamstring from what I've seen. Maybe the chop back, and then when he played the pass, you could see him, seeing his face that he felt something, and then seeing him on the ground. Not a good sight for Hibs fans.
Yeah, ball for Scott Gemmell this evening, as there is a change being readied. We'll get an update on that shortly. Slicker decides to play into midfield here, high, as Cameron can now get it down. He's been such an important player for Scotland in this campaign, Lyle Cameron, really coming into his own at Dundee too.
Excellent footballer. He was one I had heard about when I was at Dundee. I think he was only 15 at the time, and he'd came up and trained a few times. You've seen the ability he had, and he was really small, but his low centre of gravity seems to help him. Very hard to track. He runs off people, super fit, and a goal threat, which is a huge bonus.
Yeah, scored over in Belgium in November. As Scotland are about to make this change, it's going to be Daniel Kelly coming on. So he made his debut on Friday at Tynecastle. He now comes on for his second cap, maybe a bit earlier than he thought this evening. We did hear from him pre-match, and we did think he would be involved at some point, but maybe not as early as this. So that's a worry with the Bowie injury. Certainly that's something that is not good for Scott Gemmell tonight, or David Gray back at Hibernian. There's Bowie there.
Nothing more frustrating as a player injured early on in the game, and season's just started, so fingers crossed everything's okay there.
Well, it's Kelly who's on, one of the younger members of this squad. As Malta continue to attack, and they've got a chance on here if they can cut it back to Tuma. It goes into the box. It was into that, deep into the 6-yard box, but nobody there. Surely, if he looked up there, he would have spotted Tuma in a much better position.
Scotland just been a little loose in possession the last 5 minutes. Daniel Kelly, he's one I'd like to see. I'd like to see the connection with him and Lennon Miller, players of the future, especially Lyle Cameron, who's got a lot of experience now at 21s level. So I'm looking forward to seeing the connection between the 3 players. High quality, the 3 of them.
Here's Jeremiah Mullen. Had 4 games on loan at Inverness last season, 3 in the league, 1 in the cup. He's with Leeds United. There's Lennon Miller, now to Lewis Nielsen. Tuma looking to put Slicker under pressure. Scotland just give away possession there again. So Sven Sherry can take the throw in.
Malta haven't changed how they've played. They've actually had a lot of good combinations around the Scotland box. They just haven't had the finish. I I think that's what separated the two sides. Scotland, when they've had their chances, they've been clinical.
Yeah, ruthless when they have had the chances, Scotland. Well, this is the fourth meeting between the teams at under-21 level. Scotland have won all three and haven't conceded a goal. Wilson looking to make sure that the cross doesn't come in from Zamet as the ball goes out. Leonardi with the chance to get the throw in. Zamet on the turn. The ball comes in. Could be a chance on here. McAuliffe blasted away from Lennon Miller.
It's a good position he picks up though, covering his defenders in that middle of the heart of the defence, heart of the box, where the second ball's dropped down to Lennon Miller's there, showing a bit of guile to help his defenders out.
Yeah, the teams met in qualifying for the Under-21 tournament in 1994. Scotland winning that one 1-0. Kevin Thomas scored. That was the last time they met over here, but the first ever meeting was a 3-0 win. Scott Booth getting a couple and Duncan Ferguson. Like I said, Scotland hadn't conceded a goal. They actually did, obviously, in the last meeting from the penalty spot, but not from open play. As now they have to be careful not to concede again. Vesely getting it back here to Borch. The shot comes in, is blocked. Tuma now, can he get a chance on goal? He can. Slicker manages to make the save. It hits off Mullen and he prevents it from going in. He's come up with some big saves in this campaign, and yet again he proves his worth.
There was actually some fantastic blocks in the process. They just fell to the Malta players, and Kieran Slicker, when he gets asked to make the save, he makes it. Brave stands up and manages to smother the ball just before the Malta player gets onto it.
Yeah, well, Malta nearly scored from open play there, but again the goalkeeper with the save.
Scott Gemmell won't be happy with how the last 15 minutes went since they got the third goal. A wee bit of looseness, slackness kind of crept into their play with and without the ball, which I'm sure he'll have a word at half time.
Well, Tuma's giving chase. Will he keep it in? Yes, he will. He needs some options though, as he looks to take on Dane Murray, who does really well. Now Kelly, Cameron. Scotland composed in that area. That's Lyle Cameron. Brilliant. To Wilson, and now Scotland looking to get all the way up the field here. Mulligan was giving chase.
Fantastic play there in the build-up, just didn't quite have the final ball.
If you're Basil Tuma at the minute, do you think you probably should have had at least 2 goals?
Yeah, I think he'll be angry at himself when he gets in at half-time and obviously looks back at the chances he's had. He would be expecting to...
Well, Mulligan there, nearly getting in. That strong running you've spoken about there, Scott, but unfortunately it didn't happen that time around.
Yeah, I thought he should maybe have flashed it across the box, asked that question again of the Malta back line, which we've seen struggled with the opening goal. When you put that ball near us, don't always need to pick out the player, just put it in between the goalkeeper and the defenders and ask the question, but he looked to try and get inside, I think, on his left foot.
Scotland have a corner. It's Lennon Miller to deliver here. And Mullen gets the connection, but he can't force it goalwards.
Another fantastic delivery from Lennon Miller. That's just asking to be a goal. He's actually getting it dipping right in the box to your feet, not needing to go over the head. That is the perfect ball. deliveries in this game have been outstanding.
Well, there's a man down here for Malta who will require some attention. It's Zen Leonardi. Getting to his feet now, but it'll have to be a bounce ball. Just a couple of minutes to go until half-time. Scotland with a commanding 3-goal lead. There will be some stoppage time, given the injury to Kieran Bowie. Jake McAuliffe. Sven Sherry looking to go long. Tuma was the target. Johnson wins possession. Picked up by Nikolai McAuliffe. Now here's Andrew Borch. Nikolai McAuliffe decides to go all the way back to Matthew Elu, the man who unfortunately for Malta put it into his own net early on in the game to give Scotland that foothold. Basil Tuma, originally born in Uganda, played youth level for them but now playing under-21s for Malta. Dylan Shikluna. Blocked by Miller. Cameron now. Here's Daniel Kelly. Wilson. Leo Cameron. Such a tidy footballer. A lovely ball now. There's a chance again for Scotland here. The shot goes in. It's a good block. It's not in the goalkeeper's hands yet. He wasn't convincing there under pressure from Lennon Miller.
It's a great block, but it's fantastic play from Leo Cameron, showing that low centre of gravity we spoke about, dancing away from two players and outside of the boot through pass. It opens everything up and it ends up being a great block, but great football.
Scotland looking to end this first half as they started it strongly and potentially with a goal. 3 minutes of added on time to be played at the end of the first half. Tere Mabudi scored against Spain, and he could provide here for Max Johnson. Well, Sven Sherry with a good block there because Johnson looked likely to get Scotland's fourth.
Yeah, it's a great block again. Good play from Mabudi, driving in and finding that wee threaded pass. Opens up well, and it's a great block. Two great blocks in the last couple of minutes for Malta, keeping the score line down.
But Scotland have a chance from the set piece. The referee, our Latvian referee tonight, just having a word with Matthew Elu and Daniel Kelly. He'll be keeping a close eye on that one. Now a chance for Lennon Miller. This time he goes short to Lyle Cameron. He gets the ball back, but the offside flag goes up.
He couldn't have been offside. I'm looking along the back line. The guy's playing him about 2 yards on. The centre back of Malta.
All of our Maltese television colleagues give us a replay. We could get a better look at that. But here we go.
What do you think?
That's what you're paid to tell me.
I think he was maybe on just a couple inches.
Lennon Miller, so much expected of him. Happy to play first team football at Motherwell just now as Wilson, another Motherwell player, Mabudi. Daniel Kelly picks up. Here's Wilson going for the shot. It's blocked, cleared, but only as far as Miller. Johnson now can pick up. Can Scotland score at the end of this first half? Max Johnson playing his football in Austria. Miller, Lyle Cameron. Lennon Miller just couldn't get on the end of that. It was the right idea for Scotland, and they have another corner kick.
Yeah, it was great build up, the round the corner and then the run off. midfield runners, and to be fair, Malta have defended really well, but great build-up play from Scotland again. Has pictures before he receives the ball, Lennon Miller, and it's very hard to find that.
This time he delivers the corner kick. Lyle Cameron, he's got Miller out on the far side. Miller with a low ball across, Mullen. The ball goes over and it's a goal kick.
Set piece delivery from Lennon Miller being a huge bonus for Scotland in this first half, causing all sorts of problems.
Well, there we go, that's the end to the first half, and it's an emphatic scoreline for Scotland. It was some start. It is Malta 0, Scotland 3. Scott, your first half thoughts?
Well, three goals to the good, can't complain with that. Seen a lot of good things, I think. Maybe come the last 10 minutes, just after the third goal, there was a little bit of sloppiness creeped into play, but it can happen when you're a young player and you have that comfortable 3-0 lead. But they regained a bit of composure there the last 5 minutes and looked back on form, created a lot of chances, and real positive from Scotland in that.
Well, let's take a look at the key moments of the first half then. And this was Scotland so early on. Getting the goal, it was an own goal by Matthew Elu, but what a ball in by Ewan Wilson.
Fantastic ball. Just ask the question, puts it in an area, not necessarily trying to pick someone out, and when you do that, you give yourself a chance of getting on a goal, and the Malta defender could not deal with it, and that is what you get. You get a goal to the good 2 minutes into the game.
Yeah, and that was Wilson taking the congratulations for a great cross. And Matthew Elu, unlucky, but then again, you can see it here, the ball going in. Johnson was lurking anyway. But what about this one, Scott? The ball played forward from Shikluna, and it was Vesely going down.
Yeah, it was a naughty one from my perspective. I think, like we said during commentary, when you go a goal up, you're most vulnerable straight after that, and it certainly looked at there. It's high. It's definitely high. I think he's a lucky boy just to get away with a yellow for that.
But then Scotland go up the field and they get the second.
Fantastic delivery from Lennon Miller. We've seen it the whole first half. Every time he's got a dead ball situation, he's asking questions of the Malta team, and Dame Murray happily obliges. The ball was there to go and be attacked, and he gets his goal. He'll be delighted with that.
Yeah, just his second cap. He made his debut on Friday and he marks his second game with a goal. And what a delivery, as you said there, Scott. So Dane Murray making it 2-0 to Scotland after just 8 minutes, and then it was 3.
And look as soon as the negative pass back to the goalkeeper, the initiates the Scotland press, and they do that. 3-4 of them go after the ball, even when the goalkeeper comes to claim it. Scotland players are on it, and Josh Mulligan gets his goal. Great press from a Scotland point of view.
Yep, Matthijs De Bono under pressure with the back pass, and then at this stage he just couldn't hold on to the ball. Had 2 goes at it. But Mulligan, who was so important for Scotland, getting them back on terms on Friday, getting the goal himself. But should Malta have scored here?
Yeah, it's got to be a goal, hasn't it? It was that ball which troubled Scotland the whole first half, just that straight ball down in the right-hand side channel, and Scotland haven't dealt with it on a few occasions, and I think he'll know he should have scored that. It's a great run, though, but he's got to put that in the back of the net.
Yeah, Shikluna's ball, Zamet with the cutback. It could be set up better, surely, for Basil Touma, the Reading man, and he's tried to steer it in that bottom corner. It ends up going wide, but Malta had a spell here where they had a couple of entrances into Scotland's box, maybe looking for a penalty here. What was your view?
Yeah, I thought it would have been harsh. I think he's looking for it. He leaves his leg, I think, to try and make the contact instead of taking contact from the Scotland player. But like I said, that ball in that right hand side channel has caused Scotland problems throughout this first half.
Yeah, it was Nielsen there who did get a booking in the first half. And then again, another chance here, and this time Kieran Slicker was called into action.
Yeah, I think in the first half, Scotland actually could make contact and block the shot. It just luckily for Malta, falls to one of their players. I think Wilson can do maybe better there. Maybe move his feet and stop it, but that's why you rely on your goalkeeper to make big saves, and he certainly does that.
Yeah, not only does he make the save here, but it's the follow-up as well, where
The flat-footedness there from Wilson, you see, he's not expecting the wee touch by him, but Slicker comes out and makes a big save for his team.
Yeah, Tumad held off Kelly well there. Yeah, one downside for Scotland is that Kieran Bowie's had to go off with an injury, and it is Daniel Kelly who's on. But the positive, the overwhelming positive, is that Scotland are 3-0 up at half-time. On Friday then, Scotland had a tough test in Edinburgh where they faced group leaders Spain. The young Scots stood up to the pressure. They might have got something out of it. They did get back on level terms. So let's take a look back to Friday at Tynecastle Park when Spain were in town, and here are the highlights with Stephen O'Donnell, who joined me in the commentary box. Scotland making sure their task, well, they're in trouble here. That ball was cut back, nobody there, and it was luckily for Scotland Dane Murray was to clear away, but the danger's not over.
Yeah, I spoke at the time of Anderson trying to give himself depth and allowing it inside, but to be fair, what a pass that is. That's a through ball from the centre back at the halfway line. That is a hard ball to defend.
Who will it be? It's Tory, straight into the arms of the diving Kieran Slicker.
Disappointed with that attempt from a Spanish perspective, but again, no surprise, Slicker catches it, makes it look comfortable.
As Lopez now decides to go for goal, straight down the throat of the goalkeeper.
As we're watching it, it's so important that Scotland try and not let them switch it too often, because you then start to pull apart that five. The four in front's working tremendously hard. I think we've been pretty solid, compact, just maybe looking for a wee bit more questions getting asked, because even that one there just before the right back's cleared it up in the air. We can cause this side to problems. He's in behind that. Something for Anderson.
Well, Anderson now, can he cause Spain problems? It's Cameron. Leon King goes for goal.
Don't mind it.
So Turby had to watch that all the way. Gathers comfortably in the end, but good to see Scotland getting a shot on goal.
King, that's your six, getting a shot off 20 yards for goal. By no means have we been camped in this full half.
You can see it opening up there, decided to go for goal. It'd have to be something special from there.
You certainly seen just there 2 seconds ago the Spanish manager getting a wee bit irritated.
Carreras for Omar Dion. He should have scored. The ball in was inch perfect.
Was he offside? That was a good ball, and that's a chance. He should be doing better.
Samu Omar Dion, the Porto man, knows he should have done better here, Stephen.
It's a great ball in to Carrera.
Tory to flight it in. Kubarasi was lurking. It could fall to Navoa. Dane Murray blocks. The shot comes in from Juan Luis Sanchez, and now Tory with a curling effort, pushed away well by Kieran Slicker. And Scotland are under a bit of pressure here.
We're living dangerously, but again we're getting out to the shots. We're trying to put them under pressure. Block 2 there, but again Slickers does what he does best. Good pressure from Mullen, stepping out there to Lopez, to Tory, sorry.
Carreras looking to take it for a run up against Mulligan, and it hits off him, so it's going to be a corner. Taken quickly. Tory plays it into the area, the downward header, and it's Dean Hewson who gets the opening goal here at Tynecastle Park. It was a quickly taken corner kick, and the Bournemouth man heads past Kieran Slicker. It's Scotland 0, Spain 1.
It's frustrating, it's a great ball in. I'd spoke about how well we defended corners. Spain have realised that in the first half, and they've started taking them all short, and we've not quite got to grips with it. Tory giving a chop, going back in his right and putting in a sensational ball. Slicker had no chance, and Hoyson's found himself wrong side and getting a good header into the bottom corner.
I'll ask some questions. Kelly is under pressure. He wants to try and go forward here, and that's positive, but Scotland might have lost some of the impetus here. Milne for his first involvement. Mulligan does well.
Mulligan done really well there, rolling the pressure.
And here he goes again. Is there a chance for Scotland through, looking for Mabudi? He gets in behind. It's going to go in. It's there for Scotland. They've equalised. It's a sub, Diri Mabudi, and Scotland on terms.
It rolled in the back of the net there, but Mulligan, what a roll from pressure at the start of the move. Came away from it and slipped Mabudi in at the perfect time, and he's done well to slot it past the goalkeeper. Great goal from Scotland.
Yeah, but great to see it going into the bottom corner past the advancing goalkeeper, Iturbe.
It was a great slip. Mulligan stepping through, beat the pressure, a 1-2 slipped into Mabudi, and a great finish past the keeper down to the left.
And that was the impact, and that was the sub that the head coach made.
Excellent. I think concede that goal, easy for them to capitulate.
Chirientes going for goal. Slicker has to push that away for a moment there. Scotland were in trouble, but the goalkeeper makes sure the danger is averted.
Smart save again down to his left, just giving Torrientes too much time there to set himself. That came off the ground with a bit of zip. Watson just leaning a wee bit on Torrey.
Wilson, who's got the goal, playing it out to Juan Luis Sanchez. Novoa with the low ball in. It's Joseph. He's just on the field and he's put Spain ahead.
It's a lovely cross in there. Ball gets put down the side and just kind of cut it back, and great bit of movement, very sharp there from Joseph.
Well, Scotland had done the hard bit getting back on terms. They're going to have to do it again. And if Scott Gemmill had made a good sub, then Santidenia has done likewise. A man who's made an impact here once, but he also scored in his last Leeds game as well against Hull at the end of last month. Novoa has put in some really testing balls into the box. He might have a chance to go for goal here on his left foot this time. Pushed away by Slicker. Well, Slicker's asking if he should go up. He's going to go up for this one. Why not? There's only 30 seconds to go now. It's now or never for Scotland to get back into this one, and they've got their goalkeeper up to add to the numbers. The ball goes into the box. It goes to Slicker, who wins the header. The header comes in from Nielsen and over the bar, and that looks like it's going to be that, and it will be Spain who will win this one. And it's Spain who take all 3 points. A 2-1 victory tonight, and Dean Huijsen got the opener. Diri Mabudi equalising for Scotland, but then it was super sub Matteo Joseph to score for the second game running for the Spanish Under-21 team. That has given them all 3 points in Edinburgh tonight. welcome back. Scotland looking to pick up where they left off. A great first half. 3-0 they lead at the Takali Stadium. And the referee just going through the final checks here. Scott, what would you like to see from this Scotland team in the second half?
I think we like to see more goals, of course. I think there's plenty of attacking threat in that pitch to go and get more goals and have a really comfortable night and add to the goal tally and get some young players goals, because that's what we play football for. So, and seeing some individual performances that the young players can take away with them, your Daniel Kellys, your Lennon Millers of this world. So really looking forward to seeing this second half and hopefully some exciting football, some more goals.
Yeah, and Scotland have made a change as well. It's David Watson who has come on, the Kilmarnock man, and Dane Murray has gone off as Malta going on the attack here. As Shakluna going for the left-footed drive. Easy for Slicker in the end. But what do you make of that substitution? David Watson on and Dane Murray's gone off, the man who got Scotland's second goal.
Yeah, well, I don't know if that's maybe came from the club to maybe look after him, or there's an injury there, but I think it's a chance for David Watson to come show. We all know he's a fantastic talent as well, so when another door closes for a player going off, it's an opportunity for one of the players coming on to go and make an impact in this game.
Yeah, well, Watson, he played in the 2 friendlies at the end of last season. 2-1 defeat to Turkey, 5-0 defeat to Austria, as Ewan Wilson gives away the foul there. Not too much in that. But Watson, then he played, he did come off the bench on Friday. Scotland looking to put the pressure on. There's a chance here. Cameron now. Mabudi going for the low drive.
I thought Cameron should have went himself. It was a fantastic pass. I thought he should have just took it in his stride and got the wee half yard and got the shot away, but he went with the wee 5-yarder to his teammate, and Mabudi obviously has a shot, but it doesn't trouble the goalkeeper at all. It's that counter press again from Scotland, looking when that negative pass goes back to the goalkeeper, they're looking to go and press them and put them under real pressure, and that's how you get the chances. So in terms of the press, Scotland have had it down to a T tonight at times.
David Watson there, just runs out. Well, he was the PFA Scotland and Scottish Football Writers Young Player of the Year for last season. 45 appearances, 5 goals for Kilmarnock. Got a couple at Celtic Park as well for Kilmarnock. He is somebody that's really impressed.
Yeah, he has. It's a great number of games to have when you get that experience. So you'll be looking to come into these squads and really affect the game. So this is a great opportunity for him to go and obviously show his qualities on a different side, and he's one of the guys with the most experience in the team in terms of first team football.
Yeah, it's getting that regular first team football as well that helps, as Mabudi, he's playing his football out in Belgium. Now Mullen, Max Johnson, he goes down there. Scotland take the free kick quickly, look to get on the front foot. Jeremiah Mullen scored a crucial goal over in Belgium. Now Slicker. Lewis Nielsen. Well, he's made that move to St Johnstone as well, where he's on loan playing regularly too, which will help him. He had a spell with Partick Thistle on loan last season. That's Lyle Cameron, who we know plays a lot of first team football too.
Great pass, unlucky.
Well, he's trying to find his Scotland and Dundee teammate, Josh Mulligan there.
It's a thing for a lot of these players getting that regular first team football, especially at a young age. It stands you in such good stead and experience, and learning from the senior pros running about you in a changing room, and then coming away and you've got younger players looking to you for that bit of guidance as well. So a lot of players on there. Your Lennon Millers, who's had a lot of experience, David Watson, as we just spoke about, guys like Daniel Kelly and that'll be looking to them to see what they can get from them.
Is that much of a foul from Josh Mulligan on Nikolai Mikhailov?
Yeah, I think they're given when you go away from home.
That's a yellow card too for Mulligan, so he's got a goal and a yellow card now this evening. Sven Sherry looking to get on the front foot. It was positive play there, but the ball didn't find a teammate. Well, Malta haven't won a game officially since October 2018, a competitive game that is. They beat Hungary in the Centenary Stadium, which is next to this stadium, the National Stadium at Tikali. That was against Hungary, a 2-1 win. Miles Bierman scored the winner, former Rangers player, a name from the past.
Yep. Give a penalty away against Celtic, I'm sure.
Yeah, 5-1 I think at Ibrox.
Yep.
That game, yep, that was the first goal in the game. Patrick Roberts? I might be wrong, we digress anyway.
Yes.
Malta looking now to get on the front foot. Ewan Wilson getting back well though. Casali couldn't quite get it off him there, so it will be a goal kick to Scotland.
I think these situations, look, when you are 3-0 up and you're so comfortable within the game, it's trying to get your own intensity about the game. I know it's hot out there, and in the conditions the pitch is really dry, so you're trying to create your own intensity. Scotland need to keep that up, and I think that's maybe why he's introduced some substitutes as well to give you that freshness and go for more goals.
Blasted forward by Slicker. Mikhailov knocks it more up than out, gets a second chance to blast it clear. Mullen.
Great touch.
Tuma coming in to try and win it back. Malta were awarded points for Russia's disqualification. They had lost 6-0 to Russia, but were given the 3 points when they were disqualified from UEFA competitions. So that's why I said officially haven't won a game in European competition qualifying since 2018. They were in that group with Russia in the last qualification tournament. Cameron now, he has the support. The low ball across, missed by everyone, but the danger not over for Malta. Mabudi has the chance. Well, it was blocked by Sven Sherry in the end, but Scotland looking dangerous there. Yeah,
great build-up play. Lyle Cameron at the heart of it again. Mabudi shifts him, chops him, leaves him for dead. Can he maybe come back across the goal? I think Lyle Cameron's looking there, get on the end of that, but he opts for the shot and it's by for a corner.
Wilson, he was trying to put that to the back post. Did the goalkeeper touch it? The assistant on the far side there saying no, it's a goal kick. Well, this stadium holds just under 17,000 spectators, nowhere near that in of course tonight, but some sound like they're enjoying themselves. Still singing anyway. And as you'll no doubt hear, the stadium is also on the flight path on the way into the island. Malta has a population of around about 500,000. This is blasted forward by Watson. Kelly looking to, Cameron looking to pick this one up. He goes down, he gets the free kick.
Might have been soft that, but Lyle Cameron, willing runner up in the second balls again.
It was Shikluna who brought him down there, so free kick taken by Lennon Miller. Mabudi. Lyle Cameron, scoops that ball up as Mabudi goes down. Certainly no penalty for Scotland there.
Only way was over the top there for Lyle Cameron, trying to a little creative scoop over the top, but defended well from Malta. Maybe they'd be going down. Tried to buy himself a penalty there, but no chance.
Well, let's have a second look. Yeah, it was Nikolai Mikhailov who goes down. Looks like he stayed down there too, requiring some treatment. Well, the Tartan Army, they get everywhere, don't they? Great to see some have made it to Malta. Then again, it's September, why wouldn't you take a wee trip out to Malta?
Sun been shining all day out there.
Yeah, it was a bit blustery at kick-off. Temperature dropping now. Scott Gemmell looks on. He'll be happy that Scotland are in a commanding position here. They're back underway. Max Johnson. That ball looking for Mulligan. Miller in support. Mulligan inside to his Dundee teammate Lyle Cameron. Now Ewan Wilson, will he think about a drive here? Opts to go to Kelly. The ball into the box, must be for Scotland. There it is. Coming, number 4. Scotland score, and it's Lennon Miller with the header.
Fantastic goal. What a ball from Daniel Kelly. Look, it's not exactly a cross. He actually picks him out. It's a pass. It's a chip pass into Lennon Miller, and he fantastic header as well. The young man getting into the box and getting on the end of it, but all comes from the Daniel Kelly cross. Great quality on it. Look, just a wee chip, and there you go. 4-0.
Well, he was unmarked, but it was a brilliant header to make it 4 for Scotland, and it's his first goal at under-21 level.
So we spoke about seeing the combinations. You see two of our very promising young players there linking up. Fantastic.
Well, he made sure he found the space, and he was clinical in the box.
Yeah, that shows the quality Daniel Kelly has. I think a lot of people in the areas, they just flash it across and hope for someone to go on the end of it. He's peace of mind there to get the head up and pick out Lennon Miller, and that's a sign of a real quality player.
Miller set one up for Dane Murray and then gets on the score sheet himself as a substitution for Malta. So it's going to be Matej Vesely coming off, who's on a booking, and Isaiah Chukwureri coming on. So he will look to try and make an impact this evening. So there is the first change for Malta this evening. Scotland, remember, have already made one in the first half when Kieran Bowie went off injured and was replaced by Daniel Kelly, but then the change at half-time, David Watson on for Dane Murray. So still options for Scott Gemmell. Chukwureri on for Malta. Here he is, involved straight away. Zayn Leonardi doing well to win the corner kick, so a chance for Malta from the set piece. So Dylan Shakuna will be the man to take this one. Malta looking for their first goal in open play in this campaign. It's only been Andrea Zamet who has scored, and all three were penalty kicks. But before Shakluna's allowed to take this corner, the referee from Latvia making sure there's no nonsense in the box. And it goes, and out it goes. I don't know what the plan was there.
No, I think he was wanting to put it on top of the goalkeeper, but didn't even make it that far. With disappointing because set pieces, especially for Malta, a chance to maybe get themselves a goal and a consolation. But Scotland now really dominant in the game.
Johnson on that right hand side, Mabudi looking for Mulligan. Now Tuma goes down, he wins the free kick. Don't forget, he should have got a couple of goals in that first half. See the push on the back here. Now Malta going forward. Leonardi, will he be able to get a shot away? No, because Wilson has defended that really well, and he was fouled too.
Really good play from Wilson, doesn't dive in, moves his feet and then dispossesses and manages to win his team a foul in the Scotland half. Great ball.
So Scotland at the hour mark with a 4-goal lead. It's been a good evening so far. Scotland want to add to that, just get more momentum ahead of a huge game next month against Belgium. They go on the attack again. Mulligan just giving that one away. Malta get a bit of a break here, and there could be a chance on if Shikuna. It goes to Zamet. Well blocked by Nielsen in the end.
Just touching on that Belgium game, look, I think when you're driving forward like that and you're losing possession, if that's against the Belgians, they will punish you on the counter attack. So they can't allow that slackness to creep into their play. They've got to keep doing the right things that have got them that 4-0 lead, because when you come up against a tougher opposition, you will be punished. There's a lot at stake at Scotland in this group now.
It's another corner. So let's see if this one will be better this time. It looks like Zamet's going to take it this time.
Outswinger this time.
Then again.
No.
Shikluna looking for a better delivery than a couple of minutes ago. Malta packing that area. This time it goes all the way to the back. Watson had to win that one as Zamet coming in. He might retain possession, but Watson does well enough.
That one came out of the clouds, look. Just slightly better than the first one.
So Spain have won by a 1-0 in Hungary. A crucial one for them. Navarro scored after 20 minutes. That is Spain, who have taken all 3 points. And I make that they have qualified out this group, but I'll wait for confirmation. They have a better head-to-head than both Scotland and Belgium. Scotland looking for a runner-up spot in this group. Might be enough to qualify automatically, but failing that, they would go into the playoffs. As Mullen plays it forward. Challenge coming in on Mabudi, but Wilson now on this left-hand side, the man who set up the first goal, can break forward. Just too heavy with that one there, as Leonardi boots her out of play.
Yeah, strange one that. I don't know if he was trying to boot out a player off Wilson himself. Could have put his foot in the ball and played for Malta there, but Scotland back on it. It's a chance now for Scotland looking ahead to the Belgian game now to take some real confidence from this game and create lots of chances and things that they've worked on in camp. And I've been aware of 21s, you do have a lot of patterns of playing things to try and affect games that you do work on. Sometimes the level opposition doesn't allow you to do this, but you're 4-0 up. It's a perfect night to get these things into play, because the next game is going to be huge.
I think we'll see benefits from bringing some players that were in the 19s now into the 21s, but also when you think of the likes of Josh Doig being called up into the A squad, you also have the likes of Connor Barron, Tommy Conway, Ben Doak. Whether they stay with the A squad, they might be able to play for the 21s too. I think Steve Clark's probably going to look at some, as Miller has the shot that's blocked. If keeping him there, and that shows the progression, but also that it could be options as well, as Lyle Cameron, Malta making sure they have plenty behind the ball, but also the likes of Ibn Bowett and Liam Morrison, mainstays of the squad. Lewis Fiorini, who came in and scored against Kazakhstan. They're all options potentially too if they're back from injury. Lovely play there by Malta, and they could be in here. Tuma, heavy touch. Mullen, he goes down. Tuma, the assistant and the referee both say no foul. They were looking for a penalty, but it looked like a heavy touch from Tuma.
It did look like a heavy touch. It's that ball again inside that right channel has caused Scotland problems, and don't think the Belgians won't have seen that tonight. So that'll be interesting to see come the next fixtures if they've worked on that. I know we spoke about players coming back in, Josh Doig, Barron, obviously Ben Doak. We obviously be hopeful Scott Gemmell will get him back in your squad.
Lovely play by Mulligan. Gets the return now from Wilson, and a great play again. What will he do here? He goes himself, and the goalkeeper makes the save.
Yeah, it's a great bit of football on the byline from him. I think he's looking across to see if there's someone for the tap in, but it didn't quite open up for him to lay it across to someone, so he's went for the shot himself, and he's won his team a corner. Great bit of ability there. He sucks him in, a wee dummy, and away he goes. Nobody kind of getting across that goal line for the tap in. They've presented itself to him, so he has to go himself.
I think it just hit off the boot of De Bono, and it's a goal kick now as we were watching that replay.
Back to what we're saying about the players that can come back down and play and have been a huge part of this 21 squad. It will be very interesting to see what both managers, Scott Gemmell and Steve Clark, can agree on, considering how important the fixture is, especially against Belgium. Boys that have come up as well have done fantastic, especially tonight, and a very disciplined performance against Spain. Not quite the result they wanted, but valuable lesson learned playing against teams with players of that quality.
Yeah, they certainly weren't embarrassed. The performance against Spain, they gave it their all and were in the game the whole way. They stayed in the game. As Mabudi there, maybe a late one. You could hear the screams from Nikolai Mikhailov, and it's going to be a yellow card for Dere Mabudi. Let's have a look at this one again, Scott.
Yeah, it's a little bit late. I think he makes a meal of it, obviously. Buys a yellow card. It wasn't a yellow for me, just a little bit late, but no maliciousness in the tackle.
Wilson can collect for Scotland. Just overhits that one.
Yeah, I'll be disappointed with that. It was a good opportunity there for Scotland to get at the back line again and just take a little bit more care with that pass, and Scotland would have been at the defence again.
Ian Wilson's another one who starts tonight, but he's playing for Motherwell, and that's a key thing as well. He's made 9 appearances this season. Another player getting first team football, as Mabudi could potentially break through for Scotland. Can he get a 5th? The shot's deflected into the arms of De Bono. And again, Scotland looking dangerous at that point.
Yeah, it's unlucky. Gets the half yard, tries to get the shot away, well defended from Malta. I think back to Motherwell in terms of the opportunity they provide young players coming through their academy. It's seen over the years Turnbulls and players and Lennon obviously, Lennon Miller obviously, who's getting last season. There is a pathway for players to get in there, and if they get in and do well, they stay in the team, and that's huge, that experience, and that's why you see these players linked with moves away to maybe a bigger club. But you can't buy that first team opportunity and getting in there and taking it.
Good block there by Max Johnson. This was the penalty claim.
Oh. Probably was. I think if we get a VAR check there, they'd have got that.
No VAR in operation tonight. Maybe just as well for Kieran Slicker earlier and for Jeremiah Mullen there. Maybe I thought it was his touch. It was poor. It was actually a decent touch to put him into that danger zone and make Mullen make the challenge. But Scotland have to be careful here as the ball goes into the box. The shot comes in. It's off the crossbar. A great chance there for Malta. One of the players up from the back there. They go for goal again. This time it's Shikluna. It goes wide. But well, the chance was on there off the crossbar. We saw Kieran Slicker sprawling to try and get something on that, but it crashed off the bar, much to his delight in the end. A great chance.
Yeah, fantastic effort, wasn't it? I think the Malta player was looking at it, thinking it was going in the top corner, but off the bar. But you got to give credit to Malta. They haven't changed how they've played. They've worked their socks off, and it's actually just came down to the Scotland players have had the quality in the final in the final moments, and that is what separates good players from better players, in my opinion. Scotland have definitely showed that tonight.
Yeah, Jake McCallum, it looked to me as if it was him who had the shot. He was up from the back and crashed off the crossbar. They have had chances tonight, but Scotland got into such a great lead, then it was always going to be difficult for Malta. Scotland had the foothold, and it was going to make it difficult for Malta to ever try and get back into it. But at times they've shown they can be dangerous to a point.
Yeah, they've most definitely been a threat tonight, and we've seen some of the chances that they've had throughout this game. And also that ball that they've looked to play down the right hand channel has caused Scotland problems. And then 4-0 down, still having a go, not completely the full team behind the ball, so you got to give credit to them.
Daniel Kelly, who set up that fourth, was he fouled there? The referee said no, 50-50, as Mullen, who maybe just got away with one a few minutes ago, with Basil Touma in the box. Chance for Max Johnson to deliver here, all the way to the back, looking for Kelly. It's nodded more up than out. Malta can get it into a corridor of safety, but Scotland will come again. Lyle Cameron. Scotland patiently knocking it about here. Wilson. Mabudi. Wilson gets the return.
Scotland just moving the ball nice now, stretching that Malta backline in the free in front, making it hard for them. And then they can pick up the half spaces and get the creative players, your Lyle Camerons, Lennon Miller's on the ball, and hopefully add more goals to this already heavy scoreline.
Yeah, Malta lost heavily in their opening game against Spain, 6-0 at home. But since then they haven't really been embarrassed. And they did get a man sent off against Kazakhstan on Thursday, and there's a couple of late goals as Scotland readying a change, and it's Bobby Wales, the Kilmarnock man, who's already scored in Europe in Conference League qualifying this season. The ball's played out well, brilliant ball now. Mabudi gets it under control, he does well. He's got Wilson in support, but he might want to go himself here as he gets into the box. Trying to go through the middle of the two players. That wasn't happening.
Tried a wee bit of creativity, I like that, to try and get a wee half yard. Bobby Wales obviously coming on, someone we've heard Derek McKinney speak very highly of. He's obviously got his goal in Europe like he touched on, so he'll be full of confidence and looking to come on and add to the tally in this game.
So Scotland readying that sub. There will be another change, and it is a chance when you are so far ahead to make those changes. Lewis Nielsen, now Cameron. He gets everywhere, doesn't he?
Great football. Brilliant.
It's Kelly giving chase onto the Johnson ball. There's options in the middle. Mabudi, he just couldn't get a toe on that. And it could have been 5, but it still might be. Wilson, Cameron, and there's a chance now for Mulligan to get his second. Does it hit a hand? The referee says no. Kelly now wrestling to win it back, but he's given away a free kick.
It would have been a fantastic goal. Maybe would have got on the end of that. I think go with his left foot, throw yourself at it. The build-up play from the back worked out wide. Great ball down the line, great run. Fired across, and it would have been an outstanding goal from a team point of view.
Well, 2 changes for Scotland, and Mabudi, that will be his last action. It might have been scoring there, unfortunately not for him, so he will go off and be replaced by Bobby Wales and Josh Mulligan, another who, or a man who got on the score sheet for Scotland. He got Scotland's 3rd so early in the game. He goes off as well and will be replaced by Calvin Ramsey, a man who already has a cap for the full squad, as Malta ready a couple of changes as well. We'll get you the news on that shortly, but Scott, what do you make of the Scotland changes?
Yeah, we're looking forward to seeing Bobby Wales come on. Definitely a goal threat. There's definitely goals in this for him as well. I think as any striker, that was a fantastic ball across. I think we touched on earlier, look, that if you're patient and you move the ball quick side to side, the spaces will open up, and that is exactly what happened and allowed that chance to be created. Obviously, Calvin Ramsey coming on, he's been hard done to by injuries. He's now at Wigan now with Sean Maloney, one of my ex-managers, so it'll be good to see him back playing. He's an excellent player as well.
It's a chance for the likes of Wales. Ramsey, who was back on Friday, and that was his first appearance for the Under-21 since March 2022. He was called up to the A squad, as we see that moment again.
He hesitates for a moment. I think if he sprints, throws himself at it, he's got himself a goal. Be disappointed with that, considering how good the build-up play was. Look, it's exactly what we spoke about. Scotland have got the quality in the park to create the chances time and time again. They showed that there.
I was just saying about Calvin Ramsey. He got that Scotland debut against Turkey in a friendly back in November 22. So yeah, changes for Malta too. James Vella's on, Karl Mohani as well, he is also on. And it's Matthew Elu who scored that early own goal, who goes off along with Nikolai Mikhaev as Scotland win the corner kick. Wales involved right away.
Yeah, it's a good run, peels off into the channel, and it's a good ball down the wing. Wins his team a corner, and we know how good Lennon Miller's delivery has been tonight, so we're looking for the same again.
Wales and Vella, the 2 subs just on, wrestling in the box there as Scotland goes short. Cameron's low ball, Wales still has possession. Oh, nice play to get it back to Ramsey. The 2 subs combining here. Ramsey looking to do it all himself. Well, the shot was saved in the end by De Bono, but the fact he got the shot in, holding off 3 and working the space, was a bit of magic.
Yeah, it was a bit of magic from Bobby Wales first to find him, and then he followed suit by also great footwork in the box, managed to buy himself that yard to get the shot away. It'd have been some goal. It'd have been some goal. 2 substitutes linking up, coming on, very bright and positive, and that always helps, coming off the bench and adding that impetus.
Yes, Bobby Wales' debut at this level. There's Ewan Wilson. Nielsen, Wilson again, getting it from Watson.
Well played.
Lyle Cameron again. Doing well, Watson. Now out to Max Johnson. His dad Alan. Played for the full team as well as the under-21s, and Johnson might get on the end of this. He cuts it back. Wales, nice touch back. The shot comes in. It's blocked. Scotland looking to keep the pressure on though with Daniel Kelly. Now Wilson. Watson. Lennon Miller back to Watson. Here's Nielsen. Now Mullen. The subs have certainly freshened things up for Scotland, there's no doubt about that.
Yeah, they're enjoying themselves out there now, the Scotland team. Some great football. Ball into striker set. I think it's David Watson that plays the one over the top. It's a great weighted pass, cut back. Bobby Wales with a lovely wee set, and listen, we could have had some really good team goals tonight if it wasn't for some very good blocks from the Malta defence.
So here's Calvin Ramsey. Yeah, oh, it goes down there as well, but Scotland keep possession. Kelly just can't quite keep a hold of that one. The referee had said no foul against Ramsey. Malta looked to bring it away, but not if Jeremiah Mullen has anything to do with that. 10 minutes to go and Scotland lead 4-0 in Takali in Malta as Lyle Cameron plays it out to Johnson. And now with Johnson and Ramsey over on that right side, Scotland are going to cause a lot of problems. They're just content to take the corner this time.
Yeah, getting a lot of joy down that right hand side. Bobby Wales looks razor sharp. To me, I'd be getting the ball into his feet as much as possible, looking to link up as well. Very good all round play.
Well, Ewan Wilson, he put in that cross for the first goal where Matthew Elu scored the own goal. Lennon Miller into Ramsey. Miller gets it back. He's scored one, he's set one up. Can he set another one up here? Wales. Oh, it's Nielsen at the second attempt. And Lewis Nielsen has made it 5 for Scotland.
Yep, it's a short corner back to Lennon Miller, and he just hangs across up into a dangerous area. Malta don't deal with it, and Lewis Nielsen is there to poke home. I think he was getting pulled as well at the same time. He'll be delighted with that. Let's see it back. Getting pulled, I'm sure.
Wales with the flick on, it falls to Nielsen, and he gets his first goal at this level. A 5-star night for Scotland.
Great ball again, isn't it? Just into a dangerous area, asking questions. Guys who want to get goals and get on the end of things always helps. 5-0, fantastic.
Any more, Scotland? Certainly 5. It's good tonight, but there's still time for more. And we mentioned the fact the subs coming on, and Scotland just got an extra lease of life. Not that they were doing badly before it, but certainly picked up again, just freshening things up in a hot night in Takali.
Yeah, they've brought a lot of quality to this game. Nothing better as a coach when you make these substitutions, they come on and impact the game, and they have.
Malta will think that some of it's been self-inflicted. Some of the goals, the set pieces, they were unable to defend, but that's credit to Scotland. They've had a couple of chances themselves, a couple of penalty claims too. One, certainly one that could have been valid. But Scotland look to be relentless here.
Max Johnson still bombing down that right hand side, 83 minutes. Love to see. Want more goals.
I think Jake McAuliffe's probably delighted that he's off now, because with Ramsey and Johnson over there.
Tough night. Tough night for sure.
Yeah, I think he'll sleep tonight. Lewis Nielsen getting the goal. The last time he scored was for Partick Thistle against Queen's Park at the beginning of January. So Scott Gemmell now having a word with Miller Thompson. He will be introduced shortly as Daniel Kelly now. Back to Calvin Ramsey. Doing a bit much as he wanted to shift it down the line.
Malta Thompson coming on, someone who's had a great start to the season with Dundee United. Club with a history of producing young players.
Some more successful than others. So it's a Dundee player going off in Lyle Cameron, and it's a Dundee United player coming on in Miller Thompson, and he scored in the derby.
Great performance for Lyle Cameron. Be happy with his night's work. Lots of running, great quality on the ball. Fantastic.
Yeah, I'm going to ask for your man of the match shortly, Scott, but we'll hold that thought just now. We'll give it a couple of minutes. There's still time for more to happen in Takali. As Scotland have been relentless. Well, the referee could have played on there, but Nielsen was fouled. Just under 5 minutes to go. Scotland will be happy with their night's work. Zamet, now Leonardi trying to keep possession, but Scotland not giving them any time here. There is a Malta player down. So the ball, well, might be knocked out, but actually the referee's decided to stop play. Just a bit of cramp, it looks like. So Lennon Miller decides to help out. He's a man of many talents.
Yep, I'd probably be the guy lying there with the cramp. Lennon Miller, fantastic tonight.
Well, we've got a bit of a break in play, Scott. Who is your man of the match tonight?
A toss-up for me between Lyle Cameron and Lennon Miller, but I'm going to go with Lennon Miller. Obviously the impact he's had in terms of the goals, the deliveries, very composed in the middle of the park. All action for me, runs in behind as well, creating space for his teammates and takes his goal well. So for me, I'm going to give it to Lennon Miller.
So much expected of him because he's impressed so much, but this is his first start at the competitive start at under-21 level tonight. He did feature in the friendlies in the summer, as Leonardi's down on this near side, as you can see in your picture, and Old Scotland continue to play on. Well, the referee has decided to take pity on the Malta right back. There'll be a substitution here. Matteo Gambin coming on, Leonardi going off. Oh, good to hear some people are still singing though.
When Scott Gemmell analyses this game back, we're really happy. The players who have stepped in, obviously with the guys who were moved up to the A squad, they've come in and done really well. Maybe a few things in the performance that he'll maybe look at getting into this tie against Belgium, as we spoke about. But all in all, a great performance.
It's been absolutely fantastic, and Scotland making sure so early on that they weren't giving Malta anything to hang on to. As Malta get the foul there, it's actually a good turn by Shikluna, who plays for Western Sydney Wanderers over in Australia. Not many play abroad. Basil Tuma at Reading in England, but the rest all with local clubs. Kelly looking to try and win that back for Scotland. Tenacious there in the battle. Up against the Malta sub there as Malta now look to see if they can try and get a consolation later on, but not with balls like that. 40 seconds off the regulation 90. Wilson's ball down, asking far too much there of Miller-Thompson. So 2 minutes to play here in Takali. Do Scotland have something else up their sleeve? The ball in by Johnson, the goalkeeper comes out and collects it well. Maybe it's Malta that want to get a late consolation. And again, cut out well by Scotland. Calvin Ramsey. He has had those injury issues, but now on loan at Wigan. With Aberdeen born, or not, rather not Aberdeen brought up, and Aberdeen bred manager in Sean Maloney. He was born in Malaysia. As Miller-Thompson gives away the free kick there. It's an ambitious one by Zamet. Over the bar, he spotted Slicker off his line. He decided to go for it. Well, it was a good chance, worth a go at that stage of the game. Maybe he just didn't want to run any further.
Yeah, he's so unlucky. Takes it in the half turn, sees the goalkeeper off the line, has a pop, and that's credit to Malta. They've kept chasing that goal all night. Haven't stopped running. Scotland just had too much for them on the night. Only real disappointment tonight, so obviously that, hoping that injury to Kieran Bowie isn't as bad as Luke's obviously going off in the around about the 30-minute mark, so fingers crossed that he's okay.
"20 seconds left. It's been a great evening for Scotland. Sets it up nicely for next month at Tynecastle Park. Lewis Nielsen, the man that got Scotland's fifth. Back to Slicker as the final whistle is blown in Takali. It's been a great night for Scotland. A 5-star performance, you could say. Malta 0, Scotland 5. Scott, what was your thoughts on the game?
Just a real professional performance from Scotland. 5 goals, can't argue with that. A lot of very good individual performances, lots of chances created, and some learning there for the next games coming up. So everything you'd want. No complaints from here. I think Scott Game will be delighted with how his players have performed.
Just 2 more games to go now for Scotland. The big one against Belgium. If Scotland can win that, they will have that second place secured. And Kazakhstan, the last match away from home. So it's the 11th of October and the 15th of October. So Scotland dominant in this one. They have won this by 5 goals to 0. Well, let's check out the best of the second half then. And this was one where Scotland had neat build-up play. Diri Mabudi looking to get in here. And for Scotland, they in the second half, they just wanted to go for more.
Yeah, they did. There was a lot of good interchanges, lots of different players involved in the build-up. Crosses across the box that we knew Malta struggled to deal with all night. That one unfortunately just didn't turn into a goal, but great play in the build-up.
You mentioned a lot of good blocks at times. For Scotland though, they had the 3-goal lead, but they kept going for more, as I said, and this was Scotland's 4th.
Yeah, great combinations between the 2 midfielders to start with, and then Daniel Kelly with that lovely chip pass into his fellow midfielder Lennon Miller, who's fantastic all night for me. man of the match, gets in, gets his goal, takes the ball and picks out that top corner. Fantastic.
Yeah, brilliant header. We had already set one up in the first half for Dane Murray with a great free kick delivery. But of course, Malta did have chances, and this one crashed off the crossbar. It was McAuliffe, Jake McAuliffe there. That was unlucky.
Yeah, it's a great effort. Obviously Scotland don't go on to the second ball and it falls to the Malta player and he crashes off the bar.
And what about this when Scotland might have scored, and that was Mabudi just before he was about to be subbed. You said you felt he was a bit hesitant there.
Yeah, I thought he kind of held his run up maybe a wee yard. If he goes full pace, he taps it in. The build up before that, there was about 8-9 passes from the defensive area, worked out wide, and great ball down the side, great pick out. Just unfortunately again didn't turn into a goal.
Yeah, and then Scotland made the changes. Bobby Wales came on, also Calvin Ramsey, and good footwork here.
Yeah, great composure in the box by two of the players. Great bit of skill there from Ramsey. About 4 pieces of great skill there from Ramsey, and that would have been some goal. But the two subs had a massive impact in the game, very positive, and Scott Game will be delighted with that.
This was the 5th. It was Lewis Nielsen, a stalwart of this campaign for Scotland so far. He'll be happy with the clean sheet, but he'll be delighted with his first goal as well.
Yeah, he'll be absolutely delighted with that. Lovely, delicious ball in there from Lennon Miller, just into a dangerous area, asking questions. Lewis Miller, as much as he's getting pulled, he's first to it and just toe pokes it home. Lewis Nielsen.
So Miller again with the assist, and Nielsen pokes it in, and that is Scotland with a 5-star performance. Scott, just before we let you go, it's now huge against Belgium. How much are you looking forward to this one from this team after seeing what they were able to do tonight? Because this will be huge if they can secure that second place, and maybe it might be good enough for automatic qualification.
Yeah, really looking forward to it. Look, I think we've seen a lot of positive play from individuals and as a team tonight, considering all the players who had either been out for injury or moved up to the A team. So as a group, they'll be delighted, and they'll be delighted and looking forward to this game. No question about that. They'll be looking forward to this.
I would like to see a big crowd at Tynecastle Park for that one. Stay tuned to all the Scottish FA social media platforms for details on tickets and broadcasting. Scott, thank you very much for your time. What a win for Scotland tonight. Fantastic stuff. It's finished. Into Cali in Malta. Malta 0, Scotland 5.